What controls our weather? Why do some days bring gentle breezes and sunshine, while others unleash powerful storms or sudden cold snaps? The answer lies high above us in the atmosphere, the jet stream. This giant invisible river of air is one of the most important forces shaping our planet's weather. This fast-moving current of wind races from west to east, soaring 6 to 9 miles above the ground, far higher than even the tallest mountain peaks. Up here, the air moves with astonishing speed and power. The jet stream doesn't flow in a straight line. Instead, it twists and turns, snaking its way across the globe. These bends and curves are what shape our daily weather, sometimes bringing warmth, sometimes cold, and often dramatic changes. It's powered by dramatic temperature differences, where warm air from the equator collides with frigid air from the poles. A powerful clash is set in motion. This energy fuels the jet stream's relentless movement. The Earth's rotation adds another twist, spinning these winds into the high-speed jet streams that circle the planet. Without this spin, our weather would look very different. The polar jet stream is the main player for winter weather in North America, Europe, and Asia. It's especially influential during the colder months, steering icy blasts and snowstorms across continents, stretching thousands of miles long and a few hundred miles wide. The jet stream can blow at speeds over 100 miles per hour, sometimes even faster during intense weather events. These powerful winds act like a conveyor belt, pushing storms and high and low pressure systems along their path. The jet stream delivers the weather we feel, from gentle rain to raging blizzards. Meteorologists closely track the jet stream's every move. By following its path, they can predict when storms will hit, when the sun will shine, and how temperatures will change. Its position and shape decide if we get snow or sunshine, bitter cold or a sudden thaw. Even small shifts in the jet stream can mean big changes for our daily lives. The jet stream is the master puppeteer of our atmosphere, pulling the strings behind every weather pattern we experience. And in winter, its moves matter more than ever, deciding whether we face a mild season or a winter to remember. The jet stream acts like a giant, shifting fence between Arctic cold and southern warmth. High above our heads, this powerful river of air constantly redraws the boundary between frigid and mild, shaping the weather we experience on the ground. When it's strong and straight, a zonal flow, it keeps frigid air locked up north, leading to milder winters for many. The jet stream's steady path acts like a lid, preventing cold outbreaks from reaching farther south and keeping the warmth contained below. But this fence isn't perfect. It's more like a flexible ribbon than a solid barrier, and it can bend, twist, and even break open in places. When the temperature difference between the Arctic and tropics shrinks, the jet stream weakens and slows. This can happen as the planet warms, or during certain natural cycles, making the jet stream more vulnerable to disruption. A weaker jet stream starts to wobble, forming big, looping waves. These meanders can stretch for thousands of miles, dramatically altering weather patterns across continents. These waves let cold Arctic air spill south, bringing sudden cold blasts to places that are usually mild. Cities unaccustomed to snow can suddenly find themselves in the grip of a deep freeze. Meanwhile, where the jet stream bulges north, warm air surges up, causing unseasonable warmth. This can lead to spring-like days in the heart of winter, confusing plants, animals, and people alike. This dynamic boundary is always shifting, making winter weather unpredictable. One week might bring a snowstorm, the next a sudden thaw, all thanks to the jet stream's restless movement. The drama of winter, cold snaps and warm spells, comes from these jet stream meanders. It's the reason why forecasts can change quickly, and why winter can feel so different from year to year. When the fence dips, get ready for Arctic air. These southward plunges can bring record-breaking cold and even blizzards to regions that usually escape harsh winters. When it rises, expect a warm-up. These northward surges can melt snow, bring rain, and offer a brief taste of spring, even in the depths of January. The jet stream's shape is the key to winter's wild swings. Its ever-changing path is what makes each winter unique, and sometimes extreme. It's not a solid wall, but a living, moving border. The jet stream breathes and shifts, responding to forces both near and far. That's why winter can change in a flash. One day you're shoveling snow, the next you're reaching for sunglasses. The jet stream is winter's ultimate gatekeeper, holding the power to open or close the door to cold and warmth, and shaping the season's most memorable moments. The polar vortex isn't a storm, it's a swirling pool of frigid air over the poles, always spinning high above us. When it's strong, the polar vortex keeps Arctic air contained, working with the jet stream as a boundary. But if the vortex weakens or splits, cold air escapes south, riding deep dips in the jet stream. This is when we get those record-breaking cold snaps in the US and Europe. One major disruptor is a sudden stratospheric warming event, or SSW, a rapid temperature spike high above the pole. An SSW can destabilize the polar vortex, making the jet stream wavier and increasing the risk of severe cold outbreaks. These effects take a few weeks to reach the surface, but when they do, they can bring dramatic cold to millions. Forecasters watch for SSWs as warning signs of major winter blasts. The layers of our atmosphere are deeply connected. When the stratosphere shifts, winter weather can change fast. The polar vortex's mood swings are a big reason for winter's surprises. The jet stream is also shaped by ocean temperatures, especially during La Niña. La Niña cools the central and eastern Pacific, shifting air patterns and making the jet stream more wavy over North America. This often means a ridge of high pressure in the Pacific, forcing the jet stream north, then sharply south over the US. The result, warmer, drier conditions in the south, and cold, stormy weather in the north and Pacific Northwest. For winter 2025-2026, a developing La Niña suggests a very active, wavy jet stream. This boosts the odds of polar vortex disruptions and Arctic air surges. La Niña and a wobbly jet stream set the stage for a classic volatile winter. So, what's in store for winter 2025-2026? The forecast, colder than average for much of the US. Expect frequent Arctic blasts, not constant cold, but waves of frigid air followed by brief warm-ups. The central and eastern US will be the main battleground, with early cold snaps possible by late November. La Niña and a wavy jet stream will open the Arctic door sooner and more often. The heart of winter, January and February, could bring the most extreme cold, especially if a sudden stratospheric warming event occurs. Temperatures may plunge far below average for days or weeks, challenging power grids and daily life. Volatility will define the season, wild swings from bitter cold to mild spells. The main storm track will be active, bringing frequent snow, sleet, and freezing rain to major cities. Winter 2025-2026 will be a season of extremes. Get ready for a wild ride. Here's what the forecast means for your region. Whether you're bracing for snow, rain, or sunshine, this winter promises a dynamic mix of weather across the country. North and central US, expect frequent intense cold air outbreaks and heavy snow, especially in the northern plains, Midwest, and along the Great Lakes. These areas will see repeated rounds of Arctic air, with blizzards and whiteouts making travel hazardous at times. Prepare for a long, harsh winter. The snow will pile up and icy conditions could linger for weeks. East Coast, a battleground for winter storms. If the jet stream dips, expect powerful nor'easters and heavy snow inland, especially in the northeast. These storms can bring strong winds and coastal flooding. A slight shift in the storm track could mean messy mixes of snow, sleet, and rain for big cities like New York and Philadelphia, making commutes unpredictable. Southeast, wild temperature swings are on the way. Brief cold snaps will be followed by quick warm-ups, so expect to go from frosty mornings to mild afternoons in a matter of days. West Coast, a milder, drier winter is in store for California and the Southwest, thanks to a persistent, high-pressure ridge that will keep storms at bay and skies mostly clear. That's bad news for snowpack and water supply, raising concerns about drought and water shortages as the season progresses. Pacific Northwest, colder, stormier, and wetter as the jet stream dives south nearby. Expect frequent rain, mountain snow, and gusty winds. South, generally warmer and drier, but deep Arctic dives can still bring rare freezes to Texas, Louisiana, and even Florida. These cold snaps can catch residents off guard. Even the South should be ready for a few sharp cold spells. Protect sensitive plants, and keep an eye on local forecasts for sudden changes. The jet stream's path will decide who gets snow, rain, or sunshine. Its unpredictable swings can rapidly change the outlook for any region. Every region will feel winter's extremes in its own way, from blizzards to balmy days, and everything in between. Stay alert for rapid changes. Weather can shift in hours, so keep your winter gear handy and check updates often. This winter, no one is off the hook. From coast to coast, everyone will need to adapt to whatever Mother Nature throws their way. Be prepared, wherever you are. Stock up on essentials, stay informed, and make a plan, because this winter, surprises are guaranteed. Remember, a long-range winter forecast is a probability, not a promise. Meteorologists use global patterns, ocean temperatures, and computer models, but the atmosphere is full of surprises. Think of the forecast as predicting a leaf's path down a stream. You know the general direction, but not every twist and turn. Sudden stratospheric warming events are a major wildcard. We know the risk is high, but not the exact timing. The forecast will evolve as new data comes in. Check for updates from trusted sources as winter unfolds. The science is always improving, but uncertainty is part of the process. Stay flexible and informed. The story of winter is written week by week. Embrace the science of maybe. A warming planet can actually lead to more wild winter cold snaps in some places. The Arctic is warming much faster than the rest of the globe, shrinking the temperature gap that powers the jet stream. A weaker, wobblier jet stream means more chances for frigid air to spill south. So, even as global averages rise, mid-latitude winters can see more extreme cold outbreaks. It's a paradox. A warmer Arctic can mean a colder winter for you. Climate change is making weather more volatile, hotter heat waves, wilder winter swings. Don't mistake a cold snap for proof against global warming. It's often a symptom of a changing climate. The atmosphere's disruptions are all connected. Understanding this helps us make sense of today's wild weather. Science is our guide through this new era. That's your deep dive into the forces shaping winter 2025-2026. The big takeaway: be ready for extremes, cold blasts, wild swings, and powerful storms. Stay informed with local forecasts and updates from trusted sources. Prepare your home, car, and emergency kit before the first cold snap. Check on neighbors and those who might need help during severe weather. Winter can be beautiful, but it demands respect and preparation. Science empowers us to make smart choices. Stay curious, stay safe, and watch the forecast evolve. This winter promises to be memorable. Now you know why. Let's watch the science unfold together.